deserving of inheriting a better world. A world where you're free, where your children are free, born free. Do you understand? Where you have security from birth. There's no chance you're ever going to be insecure. The job will get done when people are free. Oh, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Show me a time in American history, our brief history, when the American people were not willing to work, to serve at all capacities, to get the job done, to work together as a family, as a nation, as a people. There's never been a time, so why would you pick on them? But you have, you evil monsters, you evil MFers. I tell you what, God is going to avenge justice. You're going down. Let vengeance be mine, saith the Lord. My job is just to convince you to jump ship. All you evildoers, I don't need to get ad hominem, start naming names. You know who you are at the top of this thing. The grand puppeteers know who they are. Okay? And all the establishmentarian linkage that's connected to these people that are feeding the beast. And if there's a Satan, it's in the hearts and minds of these grand puppeteers. These evil people at the top of the pyramid. Those that wouldn't give a crap. They think they'd be doing the earth a favor. They think they'd be doing God a favor by committing genocide of unprecedented, unthinkable proportions. That's how deranged these people are. I mean, is there hope for them? I don't know. That's why I say the idea is just to try to convince them to jump ship. The greatest threat that I can ever extend to these people is repent or perish. But he's pissed off. He's about had it with you monsters. And he's about to put you in your place just like a bunch of bratty little kids that keep running. You're a tiny critical mass that's been steering the ship. That's all it takes. It's like the rudder of the ship. If they control the rudder, a small thing, and the helm, a small thing, okay, and a degree of conduit to get the job done between rudder and helm of establishmentarians that'll go along with it. These are the sycophants, the brown-nosed, boot-licking piss ants that are of very low IQ typically, that are very good brute beasts, automaton types, that don't value their conscience, that don't value integrity, honor, reputation. They care about which side their bread is buttered on, who signs their paychecks, okay, about old number one. And to them, in their little pissant minds, that's logical. So that's the conduit in between the rudder and the helm. All these devout establishmentarians that turn their back on conscience by extension and keep this ship in the trajectory it's going on, careening to destruction. And they don't care. They're at the very top. They think, oh, this is where it's safe when it's sinking. What happens with a sinking ship? Again, I've used this analogy before. The most dangerous, perilous place to be is at the very top. The sooner you jump ship, the better. You ready yourself. In trauma, your heart and your mind, you're ready to jump at ship, metaphorically. So you're readying your heart and mind for what is to come, the world of tomorrow. And you say, I know the establishmentarian ship of fools is careening to destruction, and I'm jumping ship. Okay? I'm getting out of here, at least in my heart and mind. God knows I still have to be a part of it. I'm still on the ship, kicking and screaming. Through coercion and force, they pulled me on this ship of fools. They said, no, you're going with us. You're going to play this game of death and destruction with us. No, we're going, and we're at the very top of it. So we're going to be the last man standing in our ivory towers up here at the top of the ship, right? As it's sinking. But what happens when it finally sinks? It drags those at the top down to their watery death. That's it, assuredly. Okay, it pulls them. So if you jump ship early, you understand you can get the hell away from the ship safely in plenty of time. So the sooner the better you get the hell away from the ship, okay, the better off you're going to be, the better chance you have of surviving. Because all those people that are at the end of the ship, they say, no, I'll stay to the bitter end. That's where they're going. They know that's all they've got to look forward to. They know if they've abandoned their conscience, they know they're going to hell on a rocket. They know when a fair and just God comes and he metes out justice, and he's quite capable of separating the wicked from the righteous, they know they're going to one place while the righteous go to another. Do you understand? I mean, there's rhyme and reason, why and wherefore, logic behind why to do these things that I'm telling you that you need to do. I can't save your life. No human being can save your life. So how much stock can we pay to any human being? I can love everybody sincerely and genuinely, but I can't save your life. But I can point to one that can, that is dying to. And I'm not talking, the physical life is nothing. The body counts for nothing. But I'm talking about our spiritual life. Where we're going from here, our true essence, the heart and the mind, the spirit, all these invisible qualities that we get to build up, our character, forever, for an eternity. Because eternity, in my mind, is just comprised of a series of interconnecting moments, and all we really have is the present, right? That's all we can ever really possess. But God has goodwill for us and wants the best for us, and He wants us to live forever in paradise. We've got to want it, though, and we've got to understand what it's going to entail. And we've got to be willing to do it. We've got to grab the bull by the horns, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth is the bull, and let it thrash us back and forth. And some of us are going to die. Look at the martyrs through the ages. Over and over. Your Martin Luther King Jr.'s, your JFK's, I mean, your Abraham Lincoln's, your Jesus Christ. I mean, on and on and on and on. And those that we don't know of that were poisoned and God knows how. Oh, it looked like an accident. Oh, it was just a coincidence, just a fluke. Okay? But this is what's been going on, is that evil people that have been running the world for millennia, 1,000-year periods. This is this age, this epic time in history that we're going through. And they've been running the show. Evil people have been running the show, but they're just like sands in an hourglass. They're running out, and they know it, and they're desperate to just wreak as much havoc as they can, make as many people more miserable than them if possible. And look how much misery, you know how much we're suffering in this area right now? We're just going to add tremendously to the new homeless problem. I mean, FEMA's going to be here for a while. They're going to check addresses, confirm you were living in that area. So the renters maybe get a little temporary help, but they're not going to, in the long run, they're not going to be buying people houses. They're not going to be doing anything concrete. I mean, people are on their own. I mean, they haven't been able to keep their jobs. How do you keep your job? I mean, these people are, they're desperate. I mean, you know how much desperation? We're talking about tens of thousands of people that are desperate in Butte County now. Do you understand what has happened here? You think a huge chunk of those people aren't going to add to the homeless population in California? We're going down the tubes. California is certainly a sinking ship. And as much as one part of me wants to, when I hear Alex Jones talk about how California is dragging the rest of, hey, he's right to a degree. We're setting a really bad example for the rest of the country. Okay, we really are. We really are. And the only hope is that people start getting it, and they're willing to do the dirty work. And the dirty work is to stand up for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, have that bull by the horns, and say, look, come hell or high water, I'm going to fight the good fight here. I'm going to fight one. I don't care if I'm well healed, everything's coming up roses for me. I have to care. I cannot divorce myself from the least of men. If I do that, I'm divorcing myself from Christ. These are His words. So I sure can't call myself a Christian or even ethical or moral or upstanding, a upright human being, righteous or a good-hearted person, compassionate or anything. You cannot. You're just bad. You're just bad through and through if you don't care about others. Okay? And I want to point out repeatedly over and over again that if you don't have a basic income that would thwart the monsters that are doing this to us. I mean, look, I prefer a gradual fix. I'm all for sound economic policies like JFK was giving us. A gradual rise of prosperity that lifted all ships, tide of prosperity that lifted all ships. Okay, that'd be fine. That'd be great. I'm all for it. They're not letting that happen. Okay, so what's your next move here? Okay, but don't start acting like you're dumbfounded by all the communist, socialist sympathy and all these libtards out there and Democrats and tax and spend and all this. You want to take from the haves and give to all this anti-American and capitalistic crap. Don't act like you don't know where that's coming from. It's coming from crony capitalism. What do you think? You think people are stupid? You think they don't see the rising wealth imbalance? You don't think they're blaming capitalism when they're told to blame capitalism all the time? You think, don't play stupid. Start talking about it. Start being honest. What are your solutions? How are we going to fix it? But we're done playing tiddlywinks here. Okay, fix it! So what are your ideas, Alex Jones? How will you fix it? What are your ideas? Are you exposing crony capitalism for what it is? Are you talking about revisiting having that true capitalistic market correction that should have taken place, that I had been waiting with bated breath for decades for? That wasn't allowed to happen. Okay, so you think that this is going to go on in